Craig.
Bifurcation.
What do you call someone who voluntarily leaves a hit TV show? Either incredibly brave or completely insane. Today, we're counting down 10 actors who made the ultimate career gamble by walking away from television gold, plus some who got shown the exit, whether they liked it or not. Before we jump into these wild stories, make sure to like and subscribe if you're addicted to retro TV drama like us. It's way less complicated than trying to renegotiate your way to a bigger paycheck. Just ask the folks on this list who tried exactly that. Now let's get started with number 10, Delta Burke in Designing Women. Delta Burke, the Southern Belle, whose exit from one of the 80s sharpest sitcoms was messier than a butter-soaked biscuit at Sunday brunch.
Suzanne, do you have any children?
No, I don't. I had a pig, but she ran away.
Get out of here. Hey, Suzanne, you want to dance?
Not unless you're any better than you were in high school.
Designing Women, which aired from 1986 to 1993, followed 4 outspoken women running an Atlanta design firm. Burke, who played Suzanne Sugarbaker, a former beauty queen turned steel magnolia, delivered some of TV's most hilariously self-absorbed one-liners.
So if you would like to pursue this line of thought, I will be perfectly happy to get my late husband's elephant gun and blow you and your homemade buns on out of here. What now?
Nothing. You just had a little flower on your license plate.
Behind the scenes, tension grew. Burke clashed with the show's creators Linda Bloodworth Thomason and Harry Thomason over hours, creative control, and what she called a hostile work environment. The tabloids obsessed over her weight, but the real drama was power struggles and bruised egos. In 1991, she was suddenly let go due to creative differences, the bridges were burnt, and it became an unsalvageable relationship. The show limped on for 2 more seasons without her, and Jean Smart, who left at the top of season 6, never regained that original snap. After Designing Women, Burke starred in the country sitcom Delta in 1992, which didn't stick as it was canned after the first season. She then reunited with the Thomasons for the spin-off Women of the House in 1995 as Suzanne Sugarbaker, the brash, politically incorrect widow. Despite the reunion, the show struggled to find an audience, being canned after the first season, with the final 4 episodes airing on Lifetime. Burke kept popping up in TV, making appearances over the years, but her Designing Women lightning in a bottle never quite returned. Number 9. Michael J. Fox, Spin City. Coming in at the 9th spot, Michael J. Fox, a sitcom legend in his own right who walked away from a popular show and left for all the right reasons.
Okay, guys, you got 1 lap to get in my office. Thanks, Carter. Hey, don't mind if I do. Oh, who puts tomato juice in a coffee cup?
Spin City, which aired from 1996 to 2002, followed New York City's mayoral staff with Fox playing fast-talking Deputy Mayor Mike Flaherty. A triumphant return for the Family Ties alum with sharp comedic timing and charisma made the show a hit. Fox ended up nabbing 4 Emmy nominations, winning 1 of them. But behind the scenes, he was battling a lifelong disease. Fox revealed his Parkinson's diagnosis publicly in 1998 and even joked about it on Late Night with David Letterman. By season 4, managing the symptoms alongside a network sitcom was too much for Fox. In 2000, he announced his departure from the show, leading to one of TV's most heartfelt goodbyes. The show carried on with Charlie Sheen as lead for 2 more seasons, still a modest success, but the show couldn't replace Fox's spark as lead. Fox went to focus on his health and became an advocate for Parkinson's disease, founding the Michael J. Fox Foundation. He later returned to TV, making appearances in Scrubs and The Good Wife. If leaving gracefully were an Olympic sport, Fox would be the one taking home gold. Number 8. Christopher Meloni, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. At number 8, Christopher Meloni, who played as Detective Elliot Stabler for 12 seasons, walked away from one of TV's biggest procedurals when salary talks collapsed in 2011.
But the doctors say that the cocaine looks like it was mixed in with the baby formula.
Oh, God. How did that happen?
Well, we need to find out fast. Where'd you buy the formula?
Law and Order, SVU premiered in 1999 and is still ongoing today, with their upcoming 27th season still in production as of September 2025. Powered by Stabler's volatile intensity with tendencies of getting personal with his cases, the chemistry with partner Marissa Hargitay, played by Olivia Benson, helped propel the show to ratings dominance. Meloni brought a raw intensity to the role, tackling some of the darkest storylines on network TV. Meloni's exit from the show was sudden. Unlike some of the other stars on our list, he didn't receive a dramatic on-screen send-off.
What's the deal with Tucker?
Sergeant Tucker from IAB?
Yeah, did you send him?
Send him. What's going on here? Where's Pfeiffer?
Tucker took him right out of our hands.
So you're okay.
Instead, his character was quietly written out between seasons, with viewers simply told that Stabler had retired from the force after a shooting incident. The abruptness left fans feeling like they'd been ghosted by a close friend. SVU carried on without him, introducing a rotating lineup of new detectives to work alongside Hargitay. The show remained a juggernaut, eventually becoming the longest-running primetime live-action series in TV history. But for many loyal fans, Stabler's absence was a wound that never fully healed. Meloni made his big return in 2021, popping back up on SVU before taking the lead in his own spin-off, Law and Order: Organized Crime. A decade later, he stepped into Stabler's shoes like no time had passed, giving fans the payoff they'd been craving. Number 7. Valerie Harper in Valerie / The Hogan Family. Here at the 7th spot is Valerie Harper, probably the only person in TV history to get fired from her own sitcom and still walk away a winner. Think your family dinners are awkward? Try getting written out of your own show like an unwanted houseplant. Valerie, later retitled The Hogan Family, premiered in 1986, with Harper starring as the slightly neurotic but endlessly lovable Valerie Hogan, a role that felt like a natural extension of her legendary turn as Rhoda Morgenstern on Rhoda and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. With her trademark wit and perfectly timed eye rolls, Harper anchored the series as it found its suburban rhythm.
Well, I think it's good for pilots to have to run for a plane now and again. Keeps them humble.
May I speak to Amy, please? Boy, that Colonel Franklin's really something, huh?
If gone is something, he is that.
The show also boasted early star power, including a young Jason Bateman as son David Hogan and veteran character actress Edie McClurg as the nosy neighbor, Mrs. Poole.
Happy anniversary, darling. Oh, hi, Barbara. Yeah, I know it's not your anniversary. It's my anniversary.
But by 1987, Harper pushed for a hefty raise and a share of the show's syndication profits. The producers didn't budge. Instead, they fired her and killed off Valerie in a sudden, off-screen car accident, the TV equivalent of changing the locks and acting like you never lived there. Rather than end the series, producers slotted in Sandy Duncan as the boys' well-meaning Aunt Sandy, renaming the show The Hogan Family. Surprisingly, the sitcom survived another 4 seasons, proving that with a strong enough ensemble, you can swap out your lead and still keep the lights on. Harper, meanwhile, took her battle to court, suing the producers for wrongful termination and breach of contract. She won a multi-million-dollar settlement, a rare Hollywood case where the star actually got the last laugh. Afterward, Harper continued her career with TV movies, stage performances, and memorable guest roles, cementing her status as one of television's most beloved icons. Number 6. David Caruso, NYPD Blue. Coming in at 6, David Caruso is known for one of the most infamous TV exits ever.
You saw her, didn't you?
Saw who?
Yeah, she copped to the whole thing, Andy. She made a full statement. Which is why you're here, isn't it? You saw Lois at the station house, you figure I better be quick because you don't want Giardello busted, you want him dead, right?
Stay out of this,
Too
Jack.
late for that.
NYPD Blue ran from 1993 to 2005, breaking ground with gritty storytelling, layered characters, and just enough bare backsides to make parents scramble for the remote. Caruso starred as Detective John Kelly, a cool, confident, no-nonsense cop who instantly became the show's breakout star. His intensity and trademark laser stare helped earn NYPD Blue critical acclaim right out of the gate, with Caruso even snagging a Golden Globe in Season 1. Then Caruso did what many rising TV stars do: he let his ego steer the ship. After just one season, he demanded a jaw-dropping salary bump, reportedly $100,000 per episode, plus a cut of syndication profits and perks fit for a high-profile movie star. The network refused, and Caruso, convinced he was destined for Hollywood glory, left the series. His final episode aired in Season 2, Episode 4, titled Dead and Gone.
Well, actually, I'm here to see you. I wanted you to know I wouldn't be working for you anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. It looked like you and Susan were getting along. Scheduling problems?
Not really.
The movie career he banked on? Not so glorious. His 1995 debut, Kiss of Death, barely registered at the box office, and his follow-up, Jade, bombed with critics and audiences alike. Instead of soaring, his career nosedived. Meanwhile, NYPD Blue thrived for another 11 seasons, with Jimmy Smits as the new lead stepping in as Detective Bobby Simone. Many fans argue Smits was just as good, if not better, than Caruso's John Kelly, proving once again that no actor is truly irreplaceable. Caruso eventually redeemed himself with CSI Miami, turning Horatio Kane into a pop culture icon thanks to those unforgettable one-liners and dramatic sunglass reveals. So yes, he got his comeback, but definitely not the movie star career he once imagined. Number 5. Shelley Long. Cheers. Shelley Long, who made one of TV's boldest moves by leaving Cheers at its peak. Airing from 1982 to 1993, followed a Boston bar where everybody knows your name and nobody pays their tab.
Good afternoon, everybody.
He said, "Mommy."
Norm, for example. Long's Diane Chambers and Ted Danson's Sam Malone were a defining 80s will they, won't they relationship. After 5 seasons, in 1987, Long stepped away not just for films, but to spend time with her newborn daughter and pursue roles beyond the weekly grind. The show wrote Diane out beautifully in the season finale episode titled I Do, Adieu, ending the Diane and Sam relationship where she leaves to write a novel in LA, promising to return in 6 months. Cheers went on for 6 more seasons without Long, introducing Kirstie Alley as Rebecca Howe, a tougher, sassier match for Sam. The vibe of the show shifted, but its success never wavered, and it ultimately became one of the most celebrated sitcoms in television history. Long made a triumphant return for the 1993 finale, giving Diane Chambers a bittersweet send-off and reminding audiences why she remains one of TV's most iconic characters, even if she left the bar sooner than fans would have liked. Number 4. Farrah Fawcett in Charlie's Angels. Sliding into our number 4 spot is Farrah Fawcett, the ultimate poster girl for 1970s cool and who shocked everyone by walking away from Charlie's Angels after just 1 season, despite being the breakout star.
It's difficult to explain. How much is his tie?
Oh, that's very reasonable.
How much is reasonable?
Make me an offer.
Do you always do business this way?
Charlie's Angels ran for 5 seasons from 1976 to 1981, following 3 glamorous private detectives who fought crime with equal parts style, action, and perfectly feathered hair. Fawcett's Jill Monroe became an instant icon, thanks in no small part to that legendary red swimsuit poster, you know, the one that found its way onto the walls of about 12 million teenage bedrooms and plenty of bachelor pads too. Her star power helped turn Charlie's Angels into a full-blown pop culture phenomenon. But despite the massive success, Fawcett quit after just 1 season to chase a movie career. Her first big-screen effort, Somebody Killed Her Husband, flopped so badly critics dubbed it Somebody Killed Her Career. Producers, furious about losing their biggest draw, slapped her with a lawsuit for breach of contract. In the end, Fawcett agreed to return for a handful of guest appearances in seasons 3 and 4 to settle the dispute, proof that no one holds a grudge quite like a TV producer. The show carried on, slotting in Cheryl Ladd as Jill Monroe's younger sister Chris to fill the blonde bombshell gap.
It's me. Who? Chris Monroe.
As in Chris Monroe, Jill Monroe's younger sister, pigtails and braces?
You got it.
Ratings stayed strong for a while, but the magic eventually faded, and Charlie's Angels wrapped after 5 seasons. Fawcett, however, found her stride in more serious dramatic roles, earning acclaim and Emmy and Golden Globe nominations for powerful performances in TV movies like The Burning Bed, a raw, gut-wrenching performance that showed her talent went far deeper than feathered hair and a dazzling smile. Though Farrah Fawcett passed away in 2009, her impact as both a TV icon and a pop culture legend lives on. Number 3. John Amos, Good Times. Man, who could forget that theme song? Sliding into our top 3 is John Amos, the actor who played one of TV's toughest, most devoted dads before getting fired for being a little too honest about his own show.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Now you ready to tell me about this right now?
James, you don't have to shout. I think we better get lost for a little while. Tom, I want to stay. This is getting interesting.
Good Times ran for 6 seasons from 1974 to 1979, breaking ground as one of the first sitcoms centered on a Black American family. Amos played the hard-working James Evans Sr., anchoring the series with a perfect balance of humor and raw, real-world struggle. But his commitment to authenticity eventually clashed with the show's producers. As the series leaned harder into broader comedy, Amos grew frustrated, especially with Jimmy Walker's over-the-top catchphrase, He felt the focus was drifting away from the realities of working-class life, and he wasn't shy about saying so. The producers didn't take kindly to his critiques. In 1976, they abruptly killed off James Evans in an off-screen car accident, a decision that felt more like revenge than creative storytelling. Without Amos, Good Times lost the emotional core that had grounded its comedy. Esther Roll, who played his on-screen wife Florida Evans, also left after season 4 in protest of the increasingly goofy direction. She returned for the final season, but the damage was already done. The show never fully regained its footing without its original power couple. Amos, however, thrived beyond Good Times, going on to memorable roles in Roots, Coming to America, and series like The West Wing and The District. He later admitted that a little more diplomacy might have kept him on Good Times, but eventually reconciled with creator Norman Lear and even starred in Lear's short-lived sitcom 704 Hauser Street, which we covered in our 90s TV spin-offs video, which you should definitely check it out. Number 2. Suzanne Summers, Three's Company. Sliding into the number 2 spot is Suzanne Summers, who brought the perfect blend of innocence and comic timing to Three's Company as the lovably ditzy Chrissy Snow.
Hello, Janet, is that you? Chrissy! Oh, I'm sorry, Chrissy, I must have the wrong number. No, please don't hang up. It's me, Janet. How's your mom?
Three's Company ran for 8 seasons from 1977 to 1984, following 3 roommates sharing an apartment, while Jack pretended to be gay to satisfy their landlord's lease rules. Totally normal, right? Summers' portrayal of Chrissy turned the show into a ratings juggernaut and made her one of TV's biggest stars practically overnight. But by season 5, Summers, pushed by her husband and manager, Alan Hamill, went after a major pay raise. She wanted to bump her salary from $30,000 an episode to $150,000, equal to what co-star John Ritter was earning. A bold move, especially in an era when actresses were often paid far less than their male counterparts. The network wasn't having it. When Summers began skipping tapings as leverage, producers retaliated by sidelining her character. Chrissy was abruptly shipped off to Fresno to care for her sick mother, and Summers was reduced to phoning in her lines. The fallout went beyond business. It became personal. Co-stars Joyce DeWitt and John Ritter felt betrayed by the standoff and the media circus that followed. Summers didn't speak to either of them for decades. She reconciled with Ritter shortly before his death in 2003, and in 2012, she and DeWitt reunited on Summer's talk show, finally burying the hatchet. Three's Company continued without her, staying in the top 20 for most of its run, but it never quite recaptured the same magic. Summers, however, reinvented herself. She became a fitness icon thanks to the Thigh Master, an infomercial sensation that made her a household name again in the 90s. She also found renewed sitcom success with Step by Step, proving that even if Hollywood shuts the door on you, you can always climb back in through the window and make a fortune with brains, hustle, and a pair of toned quads. Sadly, Suzanne Summers passed away in 2023, but her legacy as both a TV icon and fitness trailblazer continues to inspire. Number 1. Topher Grace in That 70s Show. And finally, taking our number 1 spot is Topher Grace. If you were flipping channels anytime between 1998 and 2006, chances are you landed on That 70s Show.
All right, people, let's back up. Give us some room here.
Hey, Donna, hi, hello. Don't hate Donna, hi, hello, me. I trusted you and you cheated on me with this slut.
Donna, I don't...
Excuse me? Yeah, I said it. You want some of this? Come on! I found these in your car.
Panties?
Aha, so he admits there are panties.
The sitcom that made bell-bottoms, basement hangouts, and questionable slang cool again. Grace starred as Eric Foreman, the sarcastic, awkward everyman whose deadpan delivery and constant "why am I even friends with these people" energy vibe anchored a cast that included Ashton Kutcher as lovable doofus Kelso, Mila Kunis as spoiled Jackie, and Laura Prepon as no-nonsense Donna. But by the end of season 7, Grace decided it was time to trade the basement for the big screen. In true sitcom fashion, his exit was handled with a head-scratcher of a storyline. Eric was shipped off to Africa to find himself, because obviously the guy who once built a Death Star out of Legos was destined to become a global wanderer. Without Grace, the show stumbled through a rocky final season, trying to plug the hole with a new character named Randy, played by Josh Myers. Yes, the younger brother of SNL's Seth Meyers. If you don't remember Randy, well, you're not alone. The series wrapped in 2006, with most fans agreeing the show should have ended the moment Eric boarded that plane to the Serengeti. And that's our list of 10 TV stars who walked away or were shown the door from hit shows. Think any of them should have stayed? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more retro TV deep dives. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.